Hello there, my little vegan chocolate biscuits. Today I'm going to be spreading a lot of love to a lot of channels on YouTube. Tarot channels, witchy channels, woo-woo channels, pagan channels. So get ready to add a whole load of new magic to your subscription feeds, especially if it's been a while since you went channel hunting or you found anything new and you feel like you might be a little bit dry in that department. I've got your back. I'm going to be talking about tons of amazing new channels that are all under 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, let's basically go follow them. Let's celebrate them. Let's get their subscriber count up. Let's get new stuff on the subscription feed. And yeah, let's start to really circulate. Let's circulate, darling. Let's work the room. Let's work the YouTube room. When I first started out on my tarot journey and my witchy journey and I was looking for channels, I always used to think of it as a treasure hunt. And whenever I'm talking to my business mentoring clients these days about, networking, obviously networking is such a cold, corporate, yucky term. And I would often say to them, just try and think of it as treasure hunting. Just try and think of it as like you're going around online looking for the people that get you, that talk about similar kinds of things. It doesn't have to be cold. It doesn't have to be icky. It can just feel like, oh, I found something amazing here. Someone's talking about similar stuff or someone's making the kind of thing that I like. And so I'm going to call this series Treasure Hunt, and I am going to do it regularly so that I can sort of give voice to some of the channels on the platform that really deserve more eyeballs on them and that I've really been enjoying. I'm now going to give a few disclaimers before I actually start diving into the names and the reasons why these channels are awesome. First of all, this kind of video obviously does have a shelf life. Not all of the channels that I mention are going to be live and active in 6 months' time, a year's time, 5 years' time. But if you're watching this in the future, I do recommend that you sift through if you are looking for new channels. Give your support where you can, where you find that a channel is active and you like the look of the content, go ahead and subscribe. But of course, there are going to be channels that are going to fall off. There are going to be channels that are going to go a bit dead over the course of time. And there'll be loads of juicy new ones, which means that this series will always have some fresh blood. The second disclaimer that I think is important to mention is that just because I recommend a channel during the Treasure Hunt series does not mean I endorse everything on that channel. And certainly if the channel changes and it becomes less about cool witchy stuff and more about, I don't know, far alt-right racist bullshit, then please be aware that I did not in any way endorse that. Sometimes you just find out that people are a little bit wonky and there's nothing you can do about it until later after you've recommended their channel. And sometimes I might find that I have recommended a channel that later puts out a video that I think, you know what, I don't really agree with that. But it's okay, because just because I recommend a channel doesn't mean I'm endorsing everything. You get the picture. Misgendering is something that I will always attempt to avoid with my use of language. I'm going to try to get away from misgendering, but please do be aware that it is, of course, always an innocent mistake if it ever does happen. And the same with name mispronunciation. I'm going to attempt to do my level best to get all of the names right, but if it doesn't happen, please know that there was no malicious intent behind that. I'm not intentionally misdoing anything, so please be aware of that. I would definitely recommend that you use this series on my channel to add lots of exciting new things to your feed and find channels that you weren't previously aware of. But I would also recommend that if you're somebody who usually struggles with leaving comments or connecting with people and you feel like that's what you want to do a bit more, obviously go ahead and be brave and leave a comment. Tell somebody what you liked about their video. It's always really lovely to get comments under your videos. If you can put some shine into somebody's day like that, then obviously do so. And I would also recommend that you maybe use this series as an opportunity to branch out with what you watch on YouTube. Notice the internal biases that cause you to only click subscribe on certain channels. Is it because that person believes the exact same thing as you? Maybe they look exactly the same as you. Maybe they have the same accent. And so you feel like, oh yeah, this is a person that I know I can get along with. This is a person that makes sense to me. But actually you kind of need to branch out and follow other kinds of people and, really mix it up. We can learn so much more that way. It's so much more inclusive that way. So I would recommend as well that you get out of your own box if you know that you're in one with who you tend to subscribe to. Subscribe to some different people, try some different things, Everything will be linked in the down bar for you. So without further ado, let me go into the first channel on my gigantic list. A Pagan Practice. What an amazing channel. Dustin is so cool. I love how words just flow out of this human being. Dustin talks about the path, talks about witchcraft, talks about paganism. Really engaging, very exciting channel. You do sometimes have to wait a while for Dustin to upload, but when the upload comes, it's very much always a treat. There's some talk about Sabbats on there. There's some talk about, spellcraft practice. There's some talk about self-love. And so it goes into quite a few bits of territory that I quite like a channel to explore. So definitely check out Dustin at A Pagan Practice if you haven't already. Really, really good channel. I love that one. Akashic Song is another channel that I really enjoy. There's a lot of talk on that channel about the witchy stuff, so about the sabbats and about how to build a relationship with deity. There's some chakra talk, there's some self-development stuff. So there's a lot of things that I very much rub along with. I really, really love Akasha's vibe, and the whole channel is just always full of really exciting things for me to look into. If I don't visit for a while and I go there, I know there's going to be something that I can enjoy while I'm doing some washing up or doing whatever I'm doing. I like the way Akasha talks. I find Akasha to be really soothing in the communication style, basically, so I like that. Akasha's a tarot reader, a chakra reader, just lots of things that I'm very interested in. I definitely recommend that channel. I'm going to stop saying I recommend that channel at the end of every channel recommendation, because that's literally what this series is about, Kellyanne. So it's fine. People know you're recommending the channels. You don't need to keep reiterating it. Well done, darling. Well done. Raw Spirit is the next channel on my list. Definitely one to watch, definitely one to enjoy. There's a lot of tarot talk from Erica, which I love, but there's also witchy talk about connecting with deity, talk about astral travel. So there's definitely a lot of different things that you can have. It's like a selection box. I quite like to follow channels that go into tarot stuff, but also delve into spirituality as well. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to watch tarot content for quite a few weeks at a time. And if a channel's got other things coming out as well, then it's almost like I feel like I can pick and choose a bit more, which is lovely. I definitely do recommend channels that are exclusively tarot, but Erica just sort of casts the net a little bit wider. I love the way that she puts things across. I love the way she communicates. I love her whole vibe and the way that she approaches the different subjects that she talks about. It's very thoughtful. She's very engaging. So I definitely love that one. Earth Spider Weaver is the next channel recommendation. I absolutely love this channel. Again, lots of different things to get into. There's some tarot content, but there's some content about following your intuition and other aspects of spirituality and personal development. One thing that I very much love about Earth Spider Weaver is the accent. The accent is very much off the hinge, darling. Very soothing, very lovely, very makes me feel melty. Not sure whereabouts Earth Spider Weaver is actually from in the US, but it's somewhere in the South. I think it's definitely fair to say, and it makes me tingle. I've just realised that Earth Spider Weaver actually has 5,000 subscribers, but you know what? I'm just keeping it in anyway because it's a fucking good channel and you might not know of it. So yes, go and subscribe. I mean, I don't want to be too overly rigid about it. I do just want to recommend what I feel like recommending, but I'm going to try and put the emphasis on channels that have less than 1,000 subs. And that's kind of what feels right for me, because it's a treasure hunt, right? So it's not going to be the things that a lots of people have found. It's going to be stuff that is maybe little known and sort of deserves a few more eyeballs, and that other people maybe haven't stumbled upon so much in the community. But yeah, Earth Spider Weaver, fucking amazing. So I'm just going to keep that in there. You know, every so often you know a channel and you love a channel, you watch it over the course of time, and you start to become very surprised that that channel still only has under 1,000 subscribers. It just seems weird. This is one such channel. The channel owner's name is Mags. The channel is the Woodland Hag. Get yourself over there. So engaging. The content is so engaging. The about section on Mag's channel says, I'm a mum, wife, animal friend, nature spirit and spiritual seeker. I'm a woodland hag, psychic, tarot reader and empath. I'm also a trained counsellor and psychotherapist. What could go wrong? You know, this person's obviously going to have an amazing perspective, and lots of the videos that the Woodland Hag does are done during walks in the woods, which I fucking love. You know, it just gives it such a nice vibe. And so there is some tarot talk and there is some witchy talk. There's also some really interesting talk about going grey and letting your natural grey hair grow out when you get to a certain age where that starts to happen. But with me, I started to get a white patch in my hair when I was 23. So I've had that dialogue with myself for a long time about like, what am I going to do with this like white Morticia patch? Should I leave it to grow, or I just don't know? So that's been an interesting sort of thing that the Woodland Hag has approached on the channel as well. So really, really love that channel. Very surprised, as I said, that it's still under 1,000 subs. It's a weird one, that, but let's see if we can boost it over the edge, for God's sake. I would say that I would probably categorise Beanbaghagwag as another channel that I'm a bit uncertain as to why there aren't more subscribers. So get yourself over there to Beanbaghagwag. One thing I really love about this individual in the community is that she's so supportive of other channels channels, and she's often left comments under my videos, and I see her circulating and just being super supportive and leaving really sort of considered comments and stuff like that. So I also really enjoy watching Beanbaghagwag's channel and have done for quite some time. It's mostly witchy content. It's about, you know, sort of various things that you come across in witchcraft, sort of perceptions that you know, that she has of the craft and stuff like that as she goes along. So definitely more of a witchy channel if that's your thing. So yeah, that's one I definitely want to make sure I put on the list. I follow a channel called The Unknown Mystic, and this channel actually doesn't have very many videos on it, but I actually follow the guy that runs it, Raphael. I follow him also on Instagram, and he's much more active on Instagram, but I definitely think if I direct eyeballs to the channel as well, that can't be a bad thing, because I'm sure that he'll upload more as time goes on. He actually uploaded really recently. One of the things that I love about his approach is literally in the first video that he's put on YouTube, the very first thing that he says is, don't let anybody dictate your spirituality. Don't let anybody else tell you what is spiritual and what is not. And I was just like, yes, this is my boy. This is a person who really lives it. This is a person who has some very deep thoughts about spirituality and enlightenment and what those things really mean, and, you know, the role of the human shadow and how that plays a part in it. So I'm very engaged with the Instagram account, and I hope that the YouTube channel starts to fill up with more videos. Raphael, I like what you're doing. I do. I never know whether to say Raphael or Raphael. Raphael, Raphael. There's not that much in it, Kellyanne, don't panic. Nina fucking Plavnik. Oh my good goddess, Nina Plavnik. What? If you're not subscribed and you like my channel, then you must surely go and subscribe to Nina Plavnik's channel. It just makes sense, you know? It's like night follows day, day follows night. I really think there's a lot of overlap in the things we talk about and the way that we talk about them. Nina is so engaging, and the channel is called Panteria. It's not actually called Nina Plavnik, but I just suppose I think of her as Nina Plavnik. I have actually met Nina. We met up in London. It was very, very cool. It was a cool situation. So yeah, I really love Nina's channel. I'm just going to read you a few of the video names so you get a sense of what is going on here with this person's amazing videos. Okay, so you've got Tarot Talk, Why We Need the Emperor, Pisces New Moon Open Ceremony, Spellwork, Candle Magic, My Depth Year, so there's depth year stuff, there's a book review of the 12 Faces of the Goddess, the Get to Know Your Witches tag, she's done that. So come on, I mean, she's covering so much ground that we know and love here, and that I know that my audience are really into, so definitely go and subscribe to Panteria, such a great channel. I'm in love with Sparkle Divine Tarot. I love Havana from Sparkle Divine Tarot. This is such a fucking good channel for tarot stuff, darlings. Let me get into a few of the things. So there's the Amenti Oracle, which I'm really excited about the Amenti Oracle, by the way. Oh my goddess, I'm so glad I'm on a depth year, because I would be broke as a fucking joke if I wasn't. So yeah, the Amenti Oracle, there's a walkthrough of the Veleda Oracle. There's a talk about how to get the most from a tarot reading. There's walkthroughs of tarot decks. There is an entire collection video, so there's lots and lots of tarot porn on the Sparkle Divine Tarot channel for sure. Lots of really interesting thoughts from Havana. I really just love how engaging Havana is. This is a really good tarot channel, guys. If you're looking for fresh blood in terms of tarot channels and you haven't come across Havana yet, go and subscribe to Sparkle Divine Tarot. You will not regret it. This channel has just over 1,000 subscribers, so I'm going to allow myself to mention it. It is The Student Witch, such a great channel. I'm not sure whether or not The Student Witch actually uses their real name on YouTube, so I'm going to refrain from using it. But yeah, The Student Witch, such a good channel, and really there's been regular uploads, really engaging regular uploads on a whole host of things for the last 4 years. So there's a lot of content there. So if you are not aware of The Student Witch, get over there, because there's so much interesting things to watch. It seems like I've gotten myself into a little bit of a pattern of reading out a few of the videos that are on the channel, so I guess I'm going to stick with that format for however long I feel that I should. But some of the titles are Power and Knowledge, A Witch's Arsenal in Dark Times. What a cool video title that is. Memento Mori, My Beliefs About Death. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm salivating already. Food Thoughts, Food Deserts, Aldi and Ethical Meat. There's so much here, and it's like Some of it is about ethics, some of it is about politics and activism, some of it is about the personal practice of this individual and just going into the evolution of the thought processes and stuff. So much witchy content, lots of really thoughtful, engaging content, so this is definitely one to watch. Crystal Witch Rise is the next channel that I'm going to recommend. The tagline for this channel is Divination, Witchcraft, Research, Community. 4 words that I very much love, and when used in tandem with each other, it can only make for a really interesting channel to watch. This one is amazing. Some of the videos that you can watch are cursing and hexing. When is it acceptable and when is it not? Very juicy topic there. There's a money spell with no ingredients video here. There's ghost stories you can find, consequences and dangers of witchcraft, so there are definitely some discussion videos that go into the ethics and the more serious stuff, and I would say the more juicy and slightly controversial topics as well. So this is a very good channel. When I stumbled upon Crystal Witch Rise, I thought, yeah, this is the kind of channel that I love to just find during my treasure hunt in the middle of the night when I'm just looking for something new, and I stumble across this channel. It's only got a few hundred subs and I'm like, who is this? Who is this wonderful gem in the community? Definitely one to get subscribed to, definitely one to watch. LadyLusea is a witchy channel that I really enjoy. This individual is just so fucking sweet. I just get such a lovely, lovely vibe from LadyLusea. Very calming kind of a vibe, you know? I really love the things that this channel is sharing. She's gone ahead and done the Get to Know Your Witches tag. There is a talk here about the deck collection, so we all like to see the deck collection. Journey to the Goddess, so that's one of the videos you can watch. There is one here about the Book of Shadows walkthrough and current progress. So there is a revealing of certain things that's going on in this person's practice. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that my computer wasn't on silent. Yeah, there's a revealing. I think a lot of people like those channels that reveal. Do you know what I mean? Like they show the Book of Shadows or they show the altar, they talk about the process. If you like channels like that related to witchy stuff, then you're definitely going to enjoy this one. So that's one I want to put on the list for definite. So the next person I want to recommend, the next channel is Heather Carter. I know a lot of people really enjoy her channel already, but I feel like she definitely deserves more subs. There is an amazing amount of content on here, guys. There's lots of stuff to do with tarot and also to do with the craft as well. You've got more recently a Dreaming Way tarot flip through. I actually love that deck. You've got a video about how Heather does shadow work. Ooh, the Myers-Briggs type indicator and the tarot court. That's going to be a good video. I haven't actually seen that one from Heather yet. She does monthly roundups as well. I really specifically enjoy the content that she does about shadow work, but I really love the tarot stuff as well. I think Heather's a really valuable member of the community. Love listening to what she's got to say. A particular channel that I really enjoy and that is also quite close to my heart is the Rook's Hollow, and the reason it's close to my heart is because the owner of that channel, Cam, is a great friend of mine. We go back quite a few years now and we've actually met up a few times and all that jazz, so we talk regularly on the phone. I mean, we're friends, we're bona fide friends, and his channel is amazing. I love listening to him talk about his journey with the craft, also his journey with minimalism, different thoughts and feelings about how his spirituality has evolved, and also how his personal development has evolved in terms of dropping resistance and growing in confidence and all that good jazz. So there's definitely a lot of really fruitful, useful videos on Cam's channel. And also Cam's just an amazing person, great energy, amazing vibe, really lovely, very calming, really engaging, very sweet, not hard on the eye either. So he's got the full package as Cam, so definitely go over there and subscribe. A recent channel that I've discovered that I've really been enjoying is Lealynn Witch, so I'm definitely going to link that one down below as well. I really enjoy the way Lealynn talks. I find the videos to be really engaging. I just find the way that the topics are communicated and presented to be really thoughtful, and I enjoy that a lot. And there's lots of different things on here that I know loads of my subscribers would love from Lealynn Witch. I enjoy the tarot card draws, the short, sweet tarot card draws that Lealynn does, but also I appreciate the longer videos on more in-depth topics as well. I would recommend getting over there if you like a combination between, you know, the tarot guidance, the short, sweet, sort of snappy things, and then the more in-depth topics as well, something to think about, something to watch while you're doing your chores. I know a lot of people around my neck of the woods are interested in that and enjoy that. So yeah, Lealynn Witch, love your channel, babes. I would love to turn your attention to a YouTube channel that has very few subscribers. I know that this person has more of an engagement and a following, I think, on Facebook, and that's kind of where she serves her people. people, if you will. But I think on YouTube she's made some really awesome videos so far. It's a small collection of videos and I would like it to grow, and I would like to see her get a following on YouTube as well. Her name is Regina Sewell, and Regina talks about self-development and talks about the journey of healing and the journey of self-actualization, and I really just love how she puts things across. I think she's got an amazing energy, she's got a really good vibe, and I just wait for her to upload and feel a bit fizzy when she does, you know. And I think for a lot of people that with the kinds of channels that I'm interested in, there is not, you know, super frequent uploading. Sometimes you might need to wait a few weeks for somebody to kind of drop back in and say how things are going or offer you some new ideas. But I think it's worth waiting for. And for me, I just feel like if I've got more stuff on my feed and more people that I am subscribed to, it makes sense because I need to wait less long for something good to come up on my feed, and then I don't end up watching things that really just aren't helping me, aren't serving me, because that can happen, you know. If my feed goes really dead, I don't know how it is for you guys, but when my feed goes really dead and I feel like I'm not really looking for new channels and I'm not really getting new blood into the feed, I can end up looking for something to watch and I will just watch like some shit. I'll just end up watching beauty community drama, and okay, that's interesting to a small extent, I suppose, but you know, what I really want is to be able to have the feed chock-a-block full of witchy stuff, tarot stuff, self-development stuff, you know, mystical, spiritual shizzle. So I'm always looking for those new channels. I like the way Regina talks about her own journey and kind of utilizes that to offer self-development advice. And like I said, I just really enjoy her whole vibe. So I definitely wanted to make sure her channel made the cut for this episode of Treasure Hunt. I love, love, love this next channel that I'm going to suggest. It's Magpie the Moonstruck. So, so cute. First of all, I love Magpie's voice. Oh my god, such a cute voice. And second of all, the content is amazing. There's a wide range of different topics covered on this channel that I find to be really interesting. There's lots of self-development stuff, and it's stuff that I think is really meaty, really juicy. It gives you a lot. It gives me a lot to think about, you know, a lot of these videos. Really do enjoy this channel. I'm going to read to you some of the things that you will find on the channel. Celebrating you, adoption, etc., ancestors and witchcraft. There's a really interesting few videos on here about adoption and about ancestor work and about how that works, and I find that to be one of the coolest things about this channel. Witchcraft and activism is one of the things that is tackled. Loving your body as a witch, feeling disconnected from spirit, mental health and ways to help others. You know, there's so many different things on here that are big, juicy topics, things that it's important to talk about, things that I think a lot of people want to get into or are having a dialogue with themselves internally about. You can find a lot of good material on this channel. It's really lovely content, and like I said at the beginning, such a sweet floaty voice. I mean, the voice, it just does it for me. It just takes things up a notch for me. I love the voice. Oya's Girl is one of my favourite tarot channels, guys. I know that a lot of people are already going to be aware who Oya's Girl is, but there's going to be loads of other people who are not aware of what an amazingly kick-ass tarot channel this is. So I definitely want to alert you to go over there and subscribe. Oya is at 851 subscribers at the time of making this video. Definitely deserves to have over 1,000 without any trouble whatsoever. There are a few different things on Oya Girl's channel that I really enjoy. There is kind of an astro flavour to it. There are astro-related videos about what's going to happen in accordance with new moons and other things. There's obviously a focus on tarot and oracle, and I do want to stress that it is both, which is one of the things that I really love because I love tarot and oracle. There's some self-development stuff as well, so it really does sort of go in all kinds of different directions, and Oya is just so engaging. Really, really love this channel. I have recently discovered a channel called Madwitch, and I really enjoy this one. There is some witchy stuff on there, there is some tarot stuff on there, and there's also a Madwitch's book club going on, so you can get involved with that if you want to, which is really cool. This is one of the newer channels that I'm subscribed to, darlings, but I really rated it when I checked it out. I was actually there for quite a long time looking at different videos, enjoying myself, because there's quite a lot of things on this channel that really speak to me. You know, I really do enjoy the depth year stuff that's on this channel. I enjoy the tarot stuff that's on the channel. So yeah, there's a few different things, like there's spreads and stuff like that, so it definitely flicks my switch. If you're looking for more of that kind of content, Madwitch. If you're not subscribed, then you can be, and you should be, and I'm sure you shortly will be if you're watching this. If you're watching this, then you're looking for new stuff, and I think Madwitch would be right up your alley. I discovered a very little known channel called the Betula Witch, and I definitely want to shout that channel out. There is some crystal information on there. There's different videos on different crystals, which I really appreciate. There's oracle guidance on there, which I really appreciate. And there's also just some really helpful videos like explaining to you what to do if you find out that you are a light worker, that kind of stuff. So it covers a little bit of different ground, and you kind of feel like you're always just getting something useful from every video. Betula Witch currently has under 50 subscribers, so I would love it if we could bump up those numbers, because I very much enjoy this channel and I would like some other people to play with over there and comment with and generally dance around the videos with. Is this all about dancing around people's videos? I feel like that's what it might be about. I feel like that's what I ultimately want from the situation. One of my favourite channels at the moment that I'm very excited to talk to you guys about and introduce you to is Pluto from Below. I really love this channel. This is a trained psychotherapist. This is a trained yoga teacher. This is someone that's got a lot of different modalities that she uses and a lot of different perspectives that she can bring to the equation. So yeah, I very much enjoy this channel. I'm having a look at some of the videos now to give you a taste of what's in store for you with Pluto from Below. Okay, so some of the videos include how to have difficult conversations, my top 7 spiritual books, my depth year update, how to find a therapist, how to know when you're in over your head as a tarot reader. I mean, come on, these all sound like videos that I would make, that I would enjoy watching. And if you enjoy watching me, especially enough to be balls deep in this video, then Pluto from Below, do yourself a favor, subscribe today. I want to make sure that I recommend Shamanic Arawak Priestess. I recently found this channel while I was looking around at some of the videos that have been made about tarot and clicks and community. And the video that this individual made about that is just, it was everything. It was so much of what I think and feel, and so much of what I also need to know and I need to get into my own mind and I need for myself to understand. I thought it was such a valuable addition to the discussion, and I'm just staying now. I'm staying, I'm in there, I'm on, my feet are under the table. Yes, Shamanic Arawak Priestess. Not only will I link the channel down below, I will link to that video down below. So if you've been following along with the dialogue about tarot, community, clicks, friendship, all of that, but you haven't actually had a chance to check out this particular video, so good. It is such a tasty morsel, you will not be sorry. So I'll definitely leave the video link down below as well if you want to check that out. Another channel that I have very recently discovered, also as the result of kind of wading into the discussion about tarot and community and subsequently leaving with a handful of new channels I've never known before, is Ikale Sunflower. I think I'm pronouncing Ikale right. I know that the channel owner's name is B, so I wanted to recommend that as well. Very good tarot channel, really good chats, very engaging, and also I actually love B's accent so much. I'm an accent person. Have you noticed that? If someone's got a lovely accent and I privately think, God, I love that accent, I will publicly, unashamedly say I love that person's accent, to the point where it's almost a bit creepy of me. So yeah, definitely if you're looking for new tarot content, if you're looking for flip throughs and discussions about tarot, if you want to see cards, if you want to hear somebody engaging talking about cards, I really rate Ikale Sunflower's channel. I'm very much enjoying it so far, so thank you B for that. I've got to make sure that I include Little Cosmic Crow in this particular first episode of Treasure Hunt, because, you know, actually that is the member of the community that gave us the incredible Get to Know Your Witches tag that everybody went do lally for, myself included. So thank you for that. And I also really like your Learn Tarot With Me series. I very much enjoy that as well. I've been finding that really interesting. So lots of awesome tarot content on this particular channel, some witchy content as well. I definitely think that you guys will enjoy Little Cosmic Crow if you enjoy my content. And that's what it's all about. It's about introducing you to things that are not going to be a million miles away from your likes and your tastes. But obviously everybody's got so much their own energy and their own sort of vibe to bring to the proceedings. But Little Cosmic Crow has made quite a splash in the community already, and I really, really enjoy the content on that channel. So get yourself over there, get subscribed if you're not already. I have a lot of other channels on my list for Treasure Hunt, but I'm going to cap it today at 25. And the last channel that I want to mention is Corvin Greene. I really am loving this channel so much. So much amazing good content, guys. When you look at the short time that Corvin's been on YouTube versus how much content there is available for you to dive into, it's really an awesome amount of prolificacy there. So you've got some sort of discussions about tarot. There's one about queer tarot, which could be really interesting for a lot of people. There is some stuff about the soul journey cards, different stuff to do with various cards. And then you've got here 5 tarot books, you've got some top 5 oracle decks, there's the get to know your witches tag. So there's a few different bits and pieces, largely to do with cards, but you'll also find some other bits and bobs in there, talking points as well. Really am enjoying the channel so far, and it's just like so soon out of the gate to have so much amazing content. So I'm so looking forward to seeing what's next for this channel. Okay, so there were 25 people in the community that you may not know of that you might want to go and subscribe to. Don't forget, as I said at the beginning, go out of your comfort zone a little bit. If you know you always only look for the same type of person or the same type of subject, or you're very comfortable with things being broken down in a specific way that's in alignment with your thoughts and feelings, your beliefs, maybe it would be a good idea to just take things out of the box a little bit. You never know how important that could be for your journey. So definitely consider doing that, you know. Okay, so I'm off. This has been the first episode of Treasure Hunt. There will be more to come. Please do not be offended if your channel was not mentioned. And also, if you have a channel and you haven't uploaded for like 6 months, 4, 5, 6 months, then I would really love it if you would start uploading again, if you have in any way the desire to do so, because I've seen so many awesome channels that I would love to put into this series, but it's just been a little bit too long since they last uploaded. You know, there are channels that I stumble upon them, I really enjoy the videos, I'm excited, but I'm wondering if the channel is dormant, like is the person coming back, or what exactly is the dealio? So if you've been lurking around and thinking about posting again, but you're like, nah, you know, I'm not sure about my channel, if you've got any remote desire to post, please see this as some kind of cosmic permission slip that you should get posting again, because I've seen so much good stuff that I'm just worried that's it, and I'm worried that it's now a dormant channel. So if you don't want your channel to be dormant and you think you could come back and really sort of slay all day, darling, then please do, because I love the more channels the merrier, and I think so many people have so many awesome points of view, so many great things to say. Anyway, I've kept you for far too long already. Thank you so much for watching Treasure Hunt, and I'll be back with another one fairly soon. Much love until the next video, guys, and blessed be.